Hello friends, Incurably Crafty Orm is back again today. I'm going to do two videos because this next project I've been working on for a while. I'm really excited to show you guys it's finally done. I actually had to take some stuff off of it because it's another crossbow, but this one is all metal, it's all spring powered, and it was entirely too powerful. Right now it operates on 2 springs. It was a 4 spring piece. I had to take the 2 outer pieces off. Fun fact, full disclosure, when I show you this piece, there's a few tubes on the top that I use for like the barrel and stuff that came off of in the marble gun video. I explained I have this folding drying rack. It's all aluminum. It broke. The pipes all slide in and out of each other and stuff. It's supposed to be retractable so you can fold it down and store it in a closet. It broke, so I've been making good use of it. Outside of that, everything on this piece, aside from those tubes and the 2 handles on the front and the back, everything on this piece, like the stuff that actually makes this crossbow function, entirely came from a futon. Yep, just the mechanism that folds and locks the futon up into a couch position or back into a bed position, and the springs that go with it. Although the futon only had the 2 springs, the other 2 springs were from something else that I took back off. It's just, with both springs on the outsides, and here I'll show you what I mean. So this is the crossbow. Those are the springs running along the bottom here and here. And there were springs on the outside going from this loop down here all the way up to this farthest one up here. That shot was about 110 pounds of force. That's way too much. I have children in the house. I'm not trying to make anything lethal. I don't need these to hunt with. I got plenty of hunting equipment, safely stored, locked away, etc., etc. You know, safety first is always going to be my mantra. This bad boy, though, I took those 2 springs off. It's still got some kick to it, but much safer than it was. And, you know, all things considered, when I'm making these and I'm making them in mind to be toys, I'm imagining shooting targets with them. Never in a million years do I ever recommend pointing even the toy bows and crossbows at another human being, pets, wild animals, whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't point your weapons at life. Oh, it doesn't deserve it. Monsters are a different story. You have a dragon swoop overhead, and one of my random toys helps you take that thing down. I'm going to be pretty proud. But realistically speaking, yeah, paper, clay targets, things like that. We used to shoot hay bales with arrows when I was a kid. It's awesome. Good, safe, good time. So, anyway, that's the crossbow. Now, this thing is super, super heavy, and the point of it, too, is to mount it. It's a Dwarven crossbow, and you're supposed to mount it and then just kind of swivel it around back here. There is nowhere underneath to grab it because of the way it locks shut, so that's another thing I want to work on, is build some sort of stock mechanism that comes out from the back and bends forward underneath all the springs and everything, so you can safely hold it when it's mounted and swivel it around and stuff. But ideally, so this hole down here is supposed to be for, is to put it on like the front of a go-kart or something. You know, roll up and down a trail and shoot little paper targets and stuff with it. So, and super easy. The drawback isn't. Drawback's a little tough. With those extra springs on it, it needed a lever, or to be grabbed all the way in. Now, the cool thing about this is that it does have a safety mechanism. Pull these all the way back, and it locks into place, so the springs are now effectively inactive, and in order to undo that, it takes a decent amount of force. You have to fold these pieces in carefully. I'll let them slide back up. I'm going to put little handles on these just to make it easier to manipulate that, but I do like having that lock feature because, like I said, if I'm going to put this on like the front of a go-kart or something, drive around, shoot little paper orcs with it, I want it to at least be a safe thing to drive around with. I don't want it flopping around and potentially causing any injuries or anything. Safety is always first, and I don't play until I know for sure it's safe. So, how it works, that line goes back, and it sits over this corner here. When you lift up, let me turn this way so I got the light working with me. When you lift up on this piece here, it eliminates this corner, allowing the line to just launch right through. So, it's down. Load her up. And you want to make sure that neither of these sides is fully straight, because then it won't shoot at all. Even if just one of them is locked, it won't shoot. I really, really, really like all those safety features. So, like I said, especially with kids in the house, you can never be too safe. My older kids are pretty accustomed to playing with a lot of this stuff. They still always, always, always do things like safety goggles and stuff like that. You know, very trustworthy kids. It's the little ones who aren't old enough to understand I worry about. So, here's the beloved shooting demonstration. Oh, ran into a little problem there. So, one of the things I got to do is set up a guard for it. Now, this is not supposed to be shooting these little fiberglass bolts that I make. This is supposed to be, it's supposed to just shoot the wood ones. But because of how skinny this is, the line went up and over it. I'll try one more, see if I can sit it a little farther back, if that'll work. So, here's what we're going to do. Like this. Yeah, that should work. Ready, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My heavy-ass Dwarven crossbow that, since it looks like a butterfly and the whole family's commented on it, we decided to name this one Monarch. Excuse me. So thank you all for indulging me, like always. Thank you for watching. Like ratings are always appreciated, but even more so are your opinions, so feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you guys like always, and remember, be safe. Don't forget to have fun.